Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Washington Quarter Error and Cherry Picker Variety Complete List from 1944 to 1949. There's a lot to be looking for on these, and this is the complete list in terms of what's attributable at a major grading company like PCGS. We've got photos of these errors, an explanation, and then the values below based off of what condition your coins are in. So looking forward to heading to the presentation and showing you what you need to be searching for. So the first coin for today is this 1944 double die obverse, and like so many of the other double die obverses, it's found on the In God We Trust, and this spread is not super significant. It's a little bit in the bottoms of the letters like N, the T, the R, all throughout that U. So, you know, this is a more minor one. The values are about $40 in About Uncirculated, $80 in Mint State 63, and $200 for Mint State 65 coin. So not as crazy as some of the other ones out there, nor is this, and I'm surprised by it. It's a double die obverse on the 1944D, and you can really see the spread all throughout the right parts, especially in the end of the Liberty lettering. So in the R here, stem in the T, in the Y, all pretty prominent. AU55 is a $20 find, Mint State 63 is $35, and Mint State 65 is $75. There's also 1944S, still in the In God We Trust lettering, bottom of the N and the G, bottom of the RUS, and this is about $25 for AU55 fines, $40 for Mint State 63, and $90 for Mint State 65. So, yeah, you know, not. There's a kind of difference. There's some that are crazy valuable, and then there's others that are really not super significant. This is another one that's a little more minor, the 1945 double die obverse, and you can see the notching in the top of the N, bottom of the N, same thing in the T here, and the R and the D, all through this In God We Trust lettering, and it's about $45 in AU, and then $100 to $200 in the higher Mint State range. 1945S, similar, another very thin spread along the right side, or the left side of the U is where I'm seeing it here. A little bit in the O and the G, but not, you know, if this coin gets worn down, it's probably not going to shine through too well because the doubling is not that significant. Though it is a little more pricey. AU is about $100. Mint State can be between $200 and $600, and it's actually a triple die obverse. Maybe I said double die, but I can't even see the tripling. I'm always, you know, as honest as I can be with the viewers, but it's considered a triple die obverse. There's also a double die obverse, and here's what that looks like. You can see it well in the I there, and the T, much larger spread, same in the bottom of the U and the R. I think that this one is a lot easier identified than the previous, though the values are lower, $75 for AU55 and then ranging up to $200 in a better Mint State grade. 1946, there's some significant separation, top notching in the top 1, significant separation again in the 4 and the 6, so the right part of the 4, right part of the 6, as well as in the middle of the 4 and the 6, you know, just easily seen. You can also see the tilted double die in the E here where it protrudes at the bottom of the left part of the mint mark. AU55 is about $50, Mint State 63 is $100, and Mint State 65 is $250. There's double die reverse that can be observed, especially on the O and the F. There's a little bit of notching there, separate bars here in the S, the left of the T's, the left of the E and the S. And AU58 is an $850 coin, if you can believe it, and Mint State 65 is $1250, so quite a bit there. The repunched mint mark in the top of the D, AU55 is $20, Mint State 63 is $60, and Mint State 65 goes up to $450. And yeah, it's clearly coming out of the top of the coin. And there's also a little bit to the left, so I forget that it might be that it is even a multiple repunched mint mark, but there's value attached significantly in the better grades. 1946S also has some pretty prominent repunched mint marks to look for. This one being out of the top left of the coin, there's like a little bit of a horn there. This is not quite as valuable though. You can get an example very inexpensively, so that could potentially be good for a beginning collector. 1947, the double die obverse is best observed in the Liberty. You can see that separation through the T, through the R, through the top of the E. And this one, AU55 is $40, Mint State 63 is $100, and Mint State 65 is $250. The 47S, you're going to see the protrusion out of the left part of the S, the top of the S there, AU55, $15, up to Mint State 65, which is $70. And it's kind of just a normal S with in the middle part, in that large middle part, a little bit of what looks like doubling, just the second, the previously punched S. There's another one where it's kind of the same thing. It's seen alongside in the inner part of the S, basically. 1948S, there's a repunchment mark that also could be multiple repunchings, because it appears as there's something kind of coming out of the bottom, in addition, towards the top in the northeast part of the the coin. There's a significant lip as well of a top of an S, and there's an auction result from 2018. It sold for $4,000 in Mint State 64, and there's a population of 1 in Mint State 67. Excuse me. So the price guide was a little lower, saying it was like $400 for a coin, but just something I'll give you the perspective and you can do what you want with it. Then our next coin is going to be an overmint mark on the 1949D. You can see something in the bottom of the D mint mark that was previously there. Some people think that it's D over S. Other people think that it's D over D. So it's a little bit unclear in terms of the actual diagnosis, but the values are about $25 in AU and then $150 to $300 in Mint State 65. Would be good to get a clear picture on that one. Then there are also repunchment marks to look for. Prominently protruding right in the top of the D mint mark is really the place to look for. Also a little bit of action to the left, the west part of the coin. And this one also going to range up to $350 in Mint State 65 with lower values preceding it. So that, covers the latter, the end half, plus a little bit earlier, few years there, of the 1940s, 1944 to 1949 on the errors. Best of luck finding them. Hope that you make another big find. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me on my website, treasuretown.yt.com, Facebook, TreasureTown, Instagram @TreasureTownYT, or Twitter @TreasureTown_YT. And I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my future vids.